Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. Your faithful puppet reporter at large here for another week. In case some of you may or may not have noticed, we have had a regular tour de force in charge at the Oval Office since January 20th of this year, and it cannot be just myself who is overwhelmed with joy for a president who actually leads with power and authority and doesn't sit around acting like a sackless whiner like his recent predecessors. We have so far seen everything from signing executive orders finally releasing the JFK government files from the archives for the first time in 61 years, to pulling the supposed legal status from the auto-penned last-minute pardons of Felon Joe's handlers, to placing long overdue tariffs on supposed allies of the United States who have acted as anything but over the past 3 decades plus. When the script of this presidency has finally ran its course 4 years from now, it is this puppet's belief that it will be nothing less than a blueprint for how to be an effective leader that all U.S. presidents to come should be required to read as a precursor to their taking the oath of office. Now, viewers, you know me by now. I love a lot about this president, but that is not the intent of this week's video. No, rather it is time for this ragdoll to lay it bare as to what this president has sorely lacked in the 2 months so far, and how to immediately correct course so that the people can finally see some relief from the felon who just nearly destroyed 250 years worth of work in one fell swoop. Yes, my loyal compadres, it is time to complain to maybe the greatest president this nation has ever seen. First up on the list of less than stellar results so far under Trump 2.0, why in the world has his famous quote on Inauguration Day of "drill baby drill" produced no measurable results at the pump to date? In my region, gasoline prices still hang right around the inflated price point of 4 years of great pain and suffering spent under a money laundering racketeer. Mr. Trump, Americans need relief from this torturous economy quickly, and they need it now. And that leads me to the next area of concern this puppet has witnessed of late. Even though Trump has been back into the previously stolen Oval Office for slightly better than 2 months now, prices of everyday goods continue their out-of-control upward spiral. That, friends and colleagues, is quite simply untenable for the future of this nation and its people. I've seen the price of eggs triple in the past 3 months, with no relief in sight, and all because of fake claims of bird flu that has suspiciously not impacted the price of chicken meat at the stores, or has impacted any other species of birds. Also, take a look at something as simple as mayonnaise on store shelves this past month. It used to be $3.50 a 30-ounce jar, and now it is at $7 and seems headed for $8 a jar. Wow. Will I soon need to take out a loan just to be able to spread some mayonnaise on my favorite sandwich? Onward ho. Why is it that as soon as Trump mercifully relieved Felon Joe of his racketeering duties on January 20th, that he immediately got to work deporting illegal trespassers on American soil? You know, those Venezuelan gang lords that Biden and Harris welcomed with open arms and free $7,000 Visa cards. But after that initial effort, we hear Zippo regarding the much-needed deportation of so many illegal trespassers. Also, why is it in his first term in office we heard build the wall and saw actual construction of an effective barrier to illegal absconders at the southern border, but this time around not a word about it? I don't know about you, my viewers, but it would seem to me, my limited reasoning, that we need to get this border wall built before the next 4 years expire, or the next one to take office will conveniently forget about it. We have seen it all before, have we not? Want to know more what this puppet is also concerned about so far with the 47th United States Commander-in-Chief? Well, that would be the fact that DOGE, or otherwise called the Department of Government Efficiency, has uncovered monumental monetary fraud and embezzlement to date, and thankfully so, along with continuing to uncover more. Yet the real victims of this felonious abuse, you and me, have received zero, nada, zilch to date as far as monetary compensation for crimes committed. Yes, we all heard rumors of a supposed $5,000 refund check to each and every U.S. taxpayer about a month ago, but never any word from Trump himself. Something about this does not smell right, friends and family. I can foresee a Congress that wrings its hands and never delivers on a single dime of recompense for these atrocities. And you know why? Well, because many of those sitting in that Congress actually enacted the abuses uncovered, or also backed them at the direction of their corporate overseers. Yep, Trump needs to dig even further in order to truly drain this swamp. Next concern I have with the president so far? Yes, it is great that we are finally able to see some of the unredacted JFK files after 60-plus years of the Fed covering up for a criminal and incompetent Central Intelligence Agency. Sure, it makes me smile that Elon Musk is uncovering literally every bit of embezzlement that we always knew was going on, but had no factual proof up until just now. Yes, it's great that Pam Bondi released some mostly ho-hum Jeffrey Epstein files, but viewers, where are the rest of the files? Why have we not seen the information we know exists on the JFK assassination? Why is the corrupt FBI allowed to stonewall with the Epstein files when Trump appointed Kash Patel for the job of uprooting the criminals within that organization? Why are so many files being held back by Pam Bondi? Mr. Trump, the people demand an honest answer. Are you, like me, underwhelmed so far with some of the Trump administration's mostly restrained revelations to date? Yeah. You know what else concerns me about the Trump presidency and a little over 2 months in office? Everybody with a brain knows fully well the crimes committed by Democrats over the past 8+ years, but no one has even hinted at being indicted yet. Yep, you have the Biden cartel, Adam Schiff, Nancy Pelosi, and her accomplice Paul, every felon who sat on the January 6th committee and then took hostages who were only recently released. Hillary Clinton, who paid for a fake Steele dossier in order to fraudulently frame a sitting U.S. president, effectively kneecapping his entire tenure in office. Barry Soetoro and John Brennan, who criminally conspired to commit federal election fraud. Merrick Garland, who waged nonstop lawfare against the felon-in-chief's key political opponent. And yes, then you have his accomplices, Juan Mershon, Letitia James, Jack Smith, Fannie Willis, and Alvin Bragg, among others. Christopher Wray, who sat by persistently smirking while the crime spree went on unabashed and did Zippo to investigate or to put a stop to any of it. Folks, every single one of these criminals needs indicted pronto in order that justice truly be served. If no one truly is above the law, then let's see it in action. Make no mistake, this is by no means tit for tat like the Democrats practiced. No, friends and colleagues, it's mainly about holding criminals accountable for their misdeeds. We also know fully well that Biden was mentally incapacitated for the past 4 years, so it is high time to get to the bottom of exactly who was our acting president during that time span. You know, questions that the Congress should be asking, along with looking at legislation that would prevent this travesty from ever befalling the United States again. Yet, folks, we have heard not a peep from the Congress. Why is that? If Barry Soetoro, who is known to be a Kenyan-born citizen, was in fact fraudulently running our nation the past 4 years, then let's deport him, just like we are doing with so many other illegal trespassers on American soil. Why does there seem to be so much foot dragging from the Trump administration so far? Are any of you as concerned as I am regarding this? Is it possible, my viewers, that Donald Trump 2.0 has somehow been compromised? I don't know about you, but he seems to be a bit tamed down from his first term in the Oval Office, and that is not what we the people elected him for. We wanted transformational change along with relief from the current economy and its associated struggles. So far, we have gotten neither. Good night, my loyal viewers, and sleep well.